Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NCE online courses. Today is the last course. I'm today's host, Lei. Our training will start soon. I hope everyone has already signed in. If you haven't, please scan the QR code or click the link in the chat room to sign in. If you can't click the link, please copy or paste it to your browser. Before starting the course, I would like to remind 4 points about the exam that you may much concerned about. The first is the NCE exam time is November 10th, next Tuesday. As you can see on the presentation, it has 2 time slots, the UTC GMT +8. We have 2 time slots, 15:30 to 16:30, and the other time is 23:30 to the next day 0:30. So you can check it about your own time slots in your country. Okay, this is the first point. The second point is the exam format is to answer the question online. We will hold it 2 time slots and announce the exam link in the next Zoom webinar. Okay, the third point is the exam have multiple choice questions and true and false questions. And all the content is from the past 7 courses. And number 4, examination results and certificates will be issued around 1 week after the examination. Okay, next, let's go back to today's course. The topic of today's training is troubleshooting, different brightness issue. I hope that those who have not signed in, please complete the sign in as soon as possible. During the training, if you have any further questions, please feel free to leave a message in the chat room. So now let's welcome Orion. He is today's trainer. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm Orion from NovaStar. Welcome. So it has been 5 months since our last NC training, and during the period, we have received many mails from our customers asking for news about the second online NCE training. So now we are back. Thanks to the friends who have always supported NovaStar. So thank you. I'd like to start with a short introduction of NC training to the guys who are not much familiar. So the full name of NCE is NovaStar Certified Engineer. We have trained more than 3,000 individuals all over the world since it started in 2014. So by giving multiple courses and valuable chances to embrace the LD control system, so NCE course enable you to operate and maintain the equipment independently. So because of the special situation, this year we hold the training online. We are hoping more technique could get the knowledge and the certification even in the hard time. So this term we will have 7 courses and a final examination. You could get online training certification if you sign for 6 courses at least and pass the final exam. I hope you guys can go to all courses to make a good score. Okay, before we start today's topic, let's go back to review last course's content, screen blackout. So when we encounter the blackout issue, we may say these situations. The first one is whole screen is black. The second one is part of the screen is black, including specific cabinet or module is black. or sending card output area is black. So actually for the first situation, for screen blackout, we can check screen power. Maybe the screen power is turned off. So you don't think it's funny. We already met this problem many times. So and next, we also can check the brightness value. Maybe the software or controller set up the brightness is 0. And we also can check the Ethernet cable to confirm the cable connection is stable or not. And another reason maybe we need to confirm the working status of the sending card and whether the controller detects the video source input normally. And for receiving card, working status is normal or not. Okay, and for the second situation, part of the screen blackout. So actually, there are 3 points we need to check. The first one is sending card output level. So maybe we can check the screen power to check the screen power is working normal or not. And next, we also can check the Ethernet cable because maybe the Ethernet cable connection is not very stable. And last, we can check the sending card. Yeah, because maybe the sending card's working status is abnormal. And for second point is cabinet level. For cabinet level, we also need to check the power supply, to check the cabinet power supply. And we also need to check the Ethernet cable to confirm the Ethernet cable connection is stable. And the receiving card, we need to check the status of the receiving card, also the hub board. And for third point is module level. So we also need to check the power supply for module. And also the hub board is working normally or not. And lastly is flat cable. So above the content is for the screen blackout and how to deal with it. Okay, do you remember the second problem is flickering issue. So actually, is there a flickering cabinet on your screen? So what's the possible reason? Do you remember? Yeah, it's first is receiving card. Also maybe sending card. Also maybe it's in a cable or port. Maybe it's power supply. Or maybe it's video source or flat cable or firmware or hub board or video cable, even the interface, RCFGX file and module hardware. So all of them, this reason will cause the flickering issue. So how can we resolve it? We can use our software LCT. So actually, it's really user function is screen control. So with this function, you can to detect, so where is the problem? We can check the receiving card itself. And with the test tool, we can detect the video source to confirm the video source is okay or not. And for screen flickering, so actually there's 2 situations. First is flickering position randomly or full screen flickering. And we can use a screen control to locate this issue. And for second situation, is flickering position is fixed on the screen. And for flickering position is fixed on the screen, maybe the problem is from sending card output port, or maybe it's from the cabinet. So in other words, it's the receiving card. And for another, maybe it's from module. So we have to check these 3 situations. So okay, above the content is it's our review, the last courses. Now, let's start today. We will spend 1 hour together. And during this time, I'll show you the troubleshooting different brightness issue. And we also have a QA time after my presentation. So you can post your question on chat area and our experienced engineer will answer your question. Okay, now let's start. First, let's check this two pictures. So what's wrong with these two pictures? Left picture. Let's check the left picture. Obviously, the brightness of left side is different from other parts. And the right picture, some cabinet's brightness is different from other parts. So actually, these are two situations that we encounter more often. So why the screen encounter this problem? Yeah, here are the possible reasons for different brightness. The first one is different brightness mode. Actually, as we all know, our newest version software LCT now can support two brightness mode. One is grayscale mode, and another one is contrast mode. So actually, these two different modes will cause the different brightness for cabinets. And second possible reason is different RCFGX file. So actually, as we all know, if we want to let our cabinet work normally, we have to use the correct RCFG file. So that means if your cabinet is working with different RCFG file, and the different RCFG file will cause a different brightness. So, and the third possible reason is different firmware. So of course, as we all know, for one LED screen, all the cabinets should work with the same firmware. But maybe sometimes it's not. Some cabinet working with a different firmware. So of course, the different firmware will cause the different brightness. So this is a third possible reason is same cabinet with different firmware. And for the fourth possible reason is calibration coefficient. And some cabinets has open calibration coefficients, and some cabinets are not. So of course, if we enable the calibration effect, maybe the brightness should be lower. So this is the fourth possible reason is calibration coefficient. And the next possible reason is power supply. And maybe the power supply with different output. Yeah, of course, as we all know, for one screen, we need to provide the same voltage for all cabinets. But sometimes, some cabinets working with a different voltage. So of course, the brightness, it should be different from others cabinets. So the last possible reason is multiple batteries. Screen with multiple batteries modules. So this reason also will cause the different brightness problem. So okay, now we already clearly about the possible reason and the next step, how to deal with them, how to solve this problem. Now I will introduce one by one. Okay, first for grayscale mode and contrast mode. As we all know, the brightness information is always saved into the receiving card. You have to remember. The brightness information is saved into the receiving card. And our new LCD software version can support two different brightness adjustment mode is grayscale first or contrast first. So we need to manually adjust the brightness first to make sure the receiving card is under the same brightness level. Then we select one of the working mode to make sure they work under the same working mode. Then don't forget, send and save it to hardware. Okay, now I have a question. So the question is, where do we save the brightness parameter? In sending card controller, please type 1. In receiving card, please type 2. Please type your answer in chat area. We will give out the answer during Q&A session. Okay, now let's check the possible reason 2 is different RCFG file on the screen. So actually, the different RCFG file could be a very common reason. A different RCFGX file the parameters is a little bit different, and it may affect the brightness efficiency. Here, one point thing we need to remember. So actually, the performance of driver IC is limited. So if we adjust one parameter, another parameter will be changed. For instance, this is a common chip. It's a common chip. If we turn down the refresh rate, we can get higher brightness efficiency. Let's review again. If we turn down, if we turn down the refresh rate, the brightness efficiency will be high. Yeah. So for this cabinet, refresh rate and refresh rate times and shift clock frequency, all these three parameters will affect brightness efficiency. So for different RCFG file problem, what we have to do, yes, we just read back the correct parameters from a normal receiving card, then send it to those abnormal receiving card will be okay. Yeah, the option is really, it's really simple. So for example, for this screen, first two columns have different RCFGX file from other columns. So we just need to read the correct RCFGX file from other columns, then send the correct RCFGX file parameters to the first column's cabinet will be okay. And remember, all of these options will be done on receiving card interface on LCT software. Okay, another question. The question is, after sending RCFGX file to all the receiving card and problem solved, so what is the next step? Turn off and turn on the screen to check whether all the cabinets have same brightness or not. Please type 1. Click Save to Hardware before turning off and on the screen. Please type 2. Okay, you can type your answer in chat area. And for third possible reason is same cabinets with different firmware. Okay, actually the different firmware may also cause the different brightness issue. So because the instruction in different firmware may be different. So we need to find the correct firmware. You can check with your screen supplier or NovaStar service, and we can try to help you find the corresponding firmware version, especially if it's a customized firmware. We also can help you to find it. And then you just need to upgrade the correct firmware to the receiving card which are different brightness. Then confirm all the receiving card works with the same firmware will be okay. Okay, so this is for the possible reason 3. Okay, another question. I'm sorry, yeah, there are so much question. The question is RCFGX file and firmware program. So which is more important? Your idea, okay. So RCFG file, please type 1. Firmware program, please type 2. Both of them, please type 3. Okay, please type your answer in chat area, okay. Okay, now let's go on. For the possible reason 4, some cabinets had open calibration coefficient, some are not. So do you still remember that the calibration coefficient is saved into the receiving card, right? So for this problem, as this picture shows, it could be that some of the cabinets enable calibration effect and some are not. So actually for cabinet different brightness, a lot of reason will cause this problem. Maybe this receiving card lost its calibration coefficients, or the receiving card is new replacement without calibration coefficients. So when we encounter this problem, what can we do next? Yeah, first, we can just manually to enable the calibration again. And to make sure all cabinet already enable the calibration effect, and to confirm the brightness keep the same. And for second, if some cabinet still have no calibration effect, it could be lost the calibration coefficients. Then we need to upload the calibration database from them. So do you remember where can you reload the calibration database? Yes, on LCT and calibration and manage coefficients. So sometimes if you don't have the database, yeah, maybe your LED screen already working very long time. You already lost the database. How can we do? Yeah, we need to recalibrate it, right? And auto way is with camera or with the non-RCT adjust coefficient function we mentioned before. Okay, if you want to know more information of calibration coefficient management, you can find more videos on www.novastar.tech. And the path is NovaStar and training and NovaStar online workshops. Okay, now let's go on the possible reason 5 is power supply. Sometimes the issue may not come from the control system part. Yeah, of course, cannot always from the control system, right? So such as the power supply. Sometimes when the power supply output is not strong, will cause the LED not have enough driver current. So and the cabinet or one part on the screen showing different brightness with others. So how can we solve it? We need to check the power supply whether it's normal for all the cabinets with a multimeter. If not, you may need to replace a good PSU, right? Okay, and how to know about the value correct or not? Please ask LED manufacturer, because LED manufacturer is most familiar with these cabinets. Of course, they should know the power supply voltage for each cabinet. Okay, another question is coming. Is question 4. What is the standard operating voltage? 3 voltage, please type 1. 5, please type 2. And 12, please type 3. Please type your answer in chat area. Okay. Okay, the next possible reason is the screen with multiple batches modules. Okay, the last possible reason, yeah. If the screen is from different batch, then it is for sure that you have the different brightness. Multiple batches means the lamp or the modules manufacturing at different time. So the LED lamp has a different wavelength and brightness, will cause the screen looks different. We can improve the effect, but cannot totally solve it. Okay, let's check these 2 pictures. Top one looks brighter, but bottom one looks is darker. So if we want to install them together as one screen, of course, we will see the difference when it works, right? So actually, the different batches problem is hard to be fixed. But we can try to improve the screen effect. We can use our LCT software with multiple batches adjustment with the multi-batch adjustment function, or with the adjust coefficients function, observe and adjust it. Okay, if you want to know more information on multiple batch adjustment, you can find more videos on www.novastar.tech, support and training, and NovaStar online workshops. Okay, after we checked all these possible reasons, I'm pretty sure the issue will be fixed. So okay, let's review all of these possible reasons. The first one is different brightness mode. The second one is different RCFGX file. The third one is different firmware. The fourth one is calibration coefficient. Fifth is power supply. The last one is multiple batches. So I hope you can fix up different brightness problem faster through this course. Okay, so this is all the presentation today. Thank you for your attention. So please scan the QR code or click this link at Zoom message zone to fill up the feedback. And we will record a video to the session. You can get a video link after this training, or you can follow NovaStar YouTube channel to watch this video. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact us at nce@novastar.tech. Okay, now let's move on to the Q&A session.